Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the room. A puzzle game. We made quite a bit of progress if I do say so myself. And we opened up this new box. So our first move is to try to see what this note is. May 8th. McAllister returns with the rubber from Egypt. The pattern continues. The rubbings from Egypt, not rubber. The Tibetans call the null element space. To the Hindus it is aether, and now to the Babylonians it is simply up, the other direction, the realm of Ishtar. And yet more significance is the recurring presence of the hexagonal glyph. The same symbol is repeated in cultures repeated by countless centuries, separated by countless centuries and the span of the globe. Who will tell me now that this is superstition at work? When my hands hold the first distilled sample, they will recognize me then. Presently the skeptics have one more in their number. McAllister has quit my service. So that's note number 2 of 7. Sorry if I'm having trouble reading it, it's the font. And maybe I'm just a bad reader. I don't know. It's better though for me to read something. Well, that's it's a safe dial, but there's a piece missing. Okay. It better that I read something out loud, or otherwise I'd just sit there silently, and then nothing would be happening. Let's. Ooh, there's something there. Let's see, 5 and 2. So I feel like we've found half the safe solution. What is this? This looks like a drawer. Hmm. Interesting. I can lift the handle up, but pulling it out or pulling it to the side seems to not be allowed. Seems like something's holding it down. Hmm. Hmm. Alright. Let's carefully look around. Circular indentation that seems to connect to the mechanism inside. So some kind of stabbing ability might be useful. Hmm. This is an eye symbol, and we already solved that puzzle. Hmm. Well, I think we may have to just brute force the solution to the rest of the puzzle, because as far as I can see, the final combination is missing. Star shape indentation. So we found 3 of them here, and then the 4th is just kind of missing. So it's not going to be hard to brute force. All we have to do is try them all. Twice we've had to do this, A heavy cast iron key. And yeah, that was definitely the next step, because we can't do anything with this until this fits the other thing. See right here, we can see it. It's supposed to go here. It's the right shape, but the hole isn't tall enough. And this doesn't look like I can manipulate this any. And this cast iron key won't work here. Does this work on this? I don't think so. Looks like there's a little few pinholes there. We have 3, 2. Let's see. Does it work here? Circular indentation, but doesn't seem like that fits. I can't flip this anymore, and can't change the puzzle solutions either. Ah, here's something. Ah, okay, now we're making progress. Seems like the color doesn't really change or anything. So, clicking on these don't seem to do anything. Well, wait a minute. It seems like these rotate when based on my perception or the sun on them. What am I trying to do here? Okay, I got one. So this seems like more of a manipulation puzzle than anything else. I'm just trying to lock these guys into their right place. There we go. Interesting. So this is the null space. What happens when I put this here? Or put this in there? Interesting. There's something inside of it. But how can there be anything inside of it? It's just flat. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It's a perception trick. I've recently played the game The Witness that's all about perception puzzles and tricks. So I feel somewhat related to this, although this seems like it's a lot easier and less demanding than the witness by far. So we have a small cabinet key now. So if this is out and this thing tries to go back in, that's probably going to break the drawer. Let's look at the key, just make sure there's, come on, double click, let me look at it, just make sure it's nothing special, then drag it into this, and then twist, and then we've got a star, and then enameled brass star, big words. Oh, and now the key wants something a lot bigger. Well, there's a star right here. Put that there. And that changed a lot. Now we have statues and such. And looks like an eyepiece. Looks like a button. Let's start by reading this. June 21st. Take note of this date. It is the most significant in human history. I have done it. A human subject was required. The catalyst was my own being. Fatigued by my studies, I entered the chamber without disabling the mechanism. When I regained consciousness, I had succeeded. The null element is beyond curious, being neither quite energy nor matter. I have already made great strides in its studies, specifically in how it refracts the light. Tonight I open the wine. So when we look at this guy, he's not holding a weapon. When we look at this guy, he's holding a sword. I think we take this, a brass ring with markings around the edge. Yeah, that's gonna be a combination lock. This guy is wearing a this is interesting. He has a mace, he has a sword. There's something back behind this. So because this is a puzzle game, I'm willing to give it some leniency, but in general I would prefer if this style of games, if they were going to give me a combination to something, that they actually would put that combination in for us. But I don't think that we're going to have that choice. So we're going to go over here. Let's double click this. Look at this. This is just a brass ring as the pointer. We're going to put it here. And we know when we looked over here with this, it wants 5 and then 2. And how is that going to work? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Interesting. 1, 2, 3. This is strange. 1, 2, 3. And then 1. Well, I guess I'm again just brute forcing this. I'm kind of holding this against the game, that it's having me brute force this way. And do I continue this way? Yes, I do. And I didn't even need any of that on, did I? Anyways, we know this is 5. Which one would assume that's that. And that's 2. 5, 2. 0, 1, 2. Hmm. 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 Maybe it's backwards. Maybe I need to do 2 here, and 5 there. Well, that worked. And a large, oddly shaped key is ours again. Hmm. Well, let's look here and just make sure there's nothing else that needs to be done. So we need this key to be twisted in the right pattern. Let's see. I don't think that's the right pattern. I need to look. It needs to be the top half has a thing on the right, facing it from the other direction. So this, and then this. And I believe that's right. Drag and try it. And it fits, and we twist it, and we get a circular plate with a star emblem. And just as soon as we get it, that's it. So now if this thing goes backwards, it's gonna snap off this and that. Interesting. I believe we now put this here, if I was to guess. It just sucked it all back in. And so that's one more lock. The second seal is open. This isn't as hard as people seem to indicate they thought it was. But then again, people said the witness was hard too, and I really didn't think it was. Time consuming? Sure. Hard? No. Here you go. I want to face this straight. And then... how come I'm... this goes up and then I can't twist that. Interesting. Nothing's hidden here. Seems like it's a clock. Although I'm a little suspect to believe that it's simply a clock. Jeez, I was just playing with it. That was a little too easy. Here we go. Well. So, we need to find the circle and spin that around 180. We need to rotate this 90 and this 270, I believe. The square is already in the right place. Was there anything more to see since this whole section is lifted up more? Yeah, we have another keyhole. So this feels like I need gears. This one needs to go that way. That's one of them. And here's the circle here. See over there in the corner, it's working. And then this guy is hidden right back here. Looks like I need a screwdriver too. Let's see, is there anything here? Nope. This should now be openable. And inside of it is a rubber band and a gear or a cog. What's the difference between a gear and a cog? Probably not much, if anything. Let's see. If I put this here, it doesn't fit. If I put that there, does this thing? Yeah, it doesn't feel like that would fit at all. Can we use it on this? This looks like it would fit right there. And then this. Okay, I guess that works halfway. Now I have a small screwdriver. We know what to do there. Unscrew. 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 I don't really like this, just having to go in circles. I don't think that would be that fun doing it on I don't think it would be that fun doing it during on a tablet, and I don't think it's that fun doing it on a PC. So I don't know any aspect in which this element would be fun. It feels like I could, if I was just really fast, I could stick my fingers in there. There we go. So I had to hit the button right at the right time. I guess that's alright. Now we have a peculiar folding key. Let's see. This way. This way. This way. And this way, I would bet. Yep. Perfectly on the first try. That opens that. That gives me a medium-sized cog. And we'll look there just to make sure there's no hidden messages. It'd be pretty easy to miss a message in this game. Feels like I can take this off and if I need to. Oh, good. Glad you told me. have to go the other direction. That spins this. Now we have a medium-sized cog again. Somehow I feel like it's just gonna be used for the same thing. Here we just put that there. Nope. Alright, fine. We'll put that there. Nope. What's the trick with the rubber band? I'm examining the rubber band. What's the part we missed here? This compass seems to be pointing in every direction possible. This needs a key. Let's come up here. We have these statues. Do we want to cut it with the... We also have a screwdriver if need be. This feels like there should be a statue right there. Oddly enough, I am kind of lost here. Is there something I've missed? Like, there's no rotating this back. There's no adjusting that or doing anything there. It's hard to tell what exactly, but something is missing here. You have an eye here, constellation. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Non-est astra mollis. Does any of that spell anything? And it seems like either way you go here, that doesn't matter. Interesting. But we can play with this. So maybe I can do something like like put them on top of each other. I think we may end up taking our first hint at the next recording. This is where we're gonna leave off here. I'm sure you know how it's solved. Anywho, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.